Mary, we have a bond too, which was crazy, but it was just a lot of different moving parts that were happening at the time. You know, you talking about her and the situation with KC.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying, it was times I would call to speak to her and he would answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? So it was things that were happening that I just had to basically stay in my room with, just so that she could have space to deal with that.
One of those people you were there for, though, and somebody who I think, you know, you call them your musical sister, Faith Evans.
Yeah, super.
And what you all did with her debut, which was absolutely amazing. I know that you say when people ask you the difference between like Mary and Faith, you talk about like the soulful and the quiet storm versus like the gospel.
Right.
When I listen to the difference between those two projects, is you kind of did those back to back, right?
Yeah.
It's like, one, I hear somebody who, it's almost like two parts of a relationship. One person's kind of like in the beginning of it, they almost sound sprung, you know, Faith sound, you know, she's in love, it sounds very happy. And then the other tone is like Mary, where it's like she's like trying to figure out what's going on with it. Mentally for you, what was it like, you know, kind of going from like one album, which was like almost the end of a relationship, to another album, which is you're now working on something that's brand new? And
it was exactly that.
Yeah.
It's like what was happening was real. I mean, yo, when I found out that she got married, it was within a week's time that I even knew she was involved with Big. So you got to understand where my brain was at with her. Like, what are y'all doing? You know, and then Puff's like, yo, you married my gangster. So it's a million things happening. But at the end of the day, you know, Faith was kind of wondering what was happening with the whole Big. From where I sat, it seemed like he was more in love with her. Then it turned around. She started being more in love with him because he took off and started moving around, and the tour started. You know, he got a platinum record, a gold record. So now he's not there. So then it was a shift even in her album.
And that's kind of what we hear.
Where you hear like, you know, you don't understand, and certain records that were coming out from there. But at the end of the day, Faith and me, we had way more of a bond just because of the whole gospel thing. Now, Mary, we have a bond too, which was crazy, but it was just a lot of different moving parts that were happening at the time. You know, you talking about her and the situation with KC. And you know what I'm saying, it was times I would call to speak to her and he would answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? So it was things that were happening that I just had to basically stay in my room with, just so that she could have space to deal with that. But then that opened the door for a lot of things that were happening with Faith and different things. But at the end of the day, they both my sisters. You know what I mean?